Hi, welcome back. My name is Vicky Poole. I'm an ancestral healer and coach, and I'm so thrilled today to be joined by Kate. So, Kate and I met on a coaching course, and well, I just love the Scottish accent. And the second that she opened her mouth, I just knew we were going to be firm friends. So, hi, Kate, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. I'm good. I'm so excited to be here and sharing stuff with you today.
Awesome, cool. So I know what you do, and I'm conscious of being able to use your language for anyone who's watching this. So what do you do? What's your speciality?
So I am a women's confidence coach. I basically, in a nutshell, I help women break free from unwanted expectations, unwanted standards, the things that society push onto us, and I help women then create a life that they actually love, regardless of how that looks or how society sees that.
Well, that's so important. And I think one of the things that resonated most with me when I heard you say that for the first time was the fact that we actually have a similar goal and mission.
Yeah.
And one of the things that on my particular journey has been about equality for women and in fact equality for all.
Mhm.
And we as women have had expectations given to us by our parents and grandparents at a time when our expectations of what we were based on our sex were completely different.
Yeah.
So, oh, I'm so excited for this. So, so everyone who watches this is going to know my journey, but we're not here to talk about me. We're here to talk about you today. So, what was your journey into becoming a coach?
My journey is many years long. I'm actually in the process of writing my full story, my full vulnerable story, where I share everything. Yeah, I know I've been putting it off because I know how hard it is to be vulnerable sometimes, but I really want to share it completely. So that's going to be coming out over the next couple of days. But I'll give you like a brief run through just now. I grew up in a very, very competitive environment. Like, me and my brother were both top level athletes, right through our childhood and into our teens and then into uni as well. I competed in two sports for national levels. So I grew up in this environment where you can always do better. And that got instilled into me from a very young age. But then on the other side, I was getting instilled this idea of, you're a girl, you need to be quiet, you need to be small, you need to accept what the male counterpart tells you to do because that's what a woman's role is. And it wasn't ever said explicitly, but it's said in society. It's said through movies. It's said through TV shows. It's said through the way that my parents were, my dad being the breadwinner, my mum being the mum. And it was constantly reinforced. And it wasn't until, so when I was 13, I developed an eating disorder, which went through right until I was 21, 22. And it was really bad for my mental health. I developed exercise obsession as well, all because I felt like I had to fit into this certain shape physically and mentally. And a lot of that was due to that pressure of being a girl growing up. You have to be small, you have to be thin, you have to be quiet. And that internally wasn't me, but I wanted to fit in so much that I did whatever it took to get there. And actually, it completely destroyed who I was as a person. It wasn't until I was just before my 22nd birthday, actually, that I really thought, who am I? Like, who do I actually want to be in this world? Because I don't want to go through all of my 20s and then have a child at 30 and then just be a mum. Like, I want to create something with my life. I want to do something. And it took me a couple of years to really work out what that was. And then about a year ago, I fell into life coaching. Before that, I was a personal trainer. Before that, I was a teacher. And before that, I was a sports coach. So I've always been in that coaching, teaching background. But for me, the life coaching and confidence coaching in particular, it was almost just like, it was like we were two magnets just getting pulled towards each other. And as soon as we stuck, it was like, this is right. This is exactly where I need to be. And it is just incredible. And I'm really passionate about helping women because of the way that I was made to feel and the way that I know a lot of other women are made to feel just because of our gender.
Yeah, wow, that's some story, and I commend you for having that realization in your 20s.
Yeah.
so many women that I know and have worked with are in their 30s before they actually kind of get that. I started to realize something wasn't right when I was 28.
Yeah.
And it took me a good few years to actually figure out what was actually the underlying issue.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still 23 right now. I'm a month away from my 24th birthday, and when I actually have a huge insecurity about my age, it's one of the things I talk quite openly about, because I feel like, oh well, nobody's going to listen to a 23, 24-year-old, like she's still just a baby, like everything else. But I know that I strongly believe that age is very much just like a social construct. Like, we put expectations on certain ages, especially when it comes to women as well, because we do have an internal clock. There's no denying that. But this whole idea of you need to achieve everything you want to achieve in your life by the time you're 30, because then when you're 30, you need to have a child and start a family and settle down. Like, that's not, I want to have a family, but that's not the life that I want. I don't want to stop at 30 and then just become a mum. I still want to be a business owner. I still want to be a coach. I still want to be a friend and a sister and a daughter and a mum and a wife. I don't think that we need to have to choose one or the other. And this is something that I'm really passionate about. And there's a lot of people my age who are starting to wake up to that and starting to think, you know what, I could be a business owner and a mum. I could be successful in a career and have a family. I don't need to have one or the other. And that's the thing I really want to help women decide is, okay, what do I actually want to do? If I want to be a housewife, fine. If I want to be a business owner, fine. Do I want both? And I think that's something that's really interesting to explore with people.
Mm. Oh, I'm looking forward to talking about this with you more. Maybe not for today, but a much longer conversation.
I could talk about this for hours, literally.
Awesome. You and I both, honey. Fantastic. Cool. So you said that you work with women. What
Yeah.
is your I was going to say what's your demographic, but that's not the right question to ask. The question that I should ask is what kind of woman would get the most value out of working with you?
So I mainly work with women in their 20s. I do work with some women in their early 30s, but I like to work with women who are really in that point in their life where they're thinking, okay, I have all the options. I have so many things available to me right now, and I really want to find a purpose. I want to find something that I can go to. And for women that are kind of older than 35, I maybe don't resonate as much with just now, and they maybe don't resonate with me as much just now, just because of our age and because of the way that society is still formed. But I'm linked with a coach who works with women that age. So if someone comes to me and they don't quite resonate with what I'm saying, then I work with her, and we kind of collaborate in that sense. But for me, it's those women that are really thinking about their future. What do I want to create? What purpose do I want to have in this world? And the most important thing that I say to all my like potential clients is, do you have a kind heart? Do you want to see something beneficial in this world? Do you want to see something different, make a change? Because I believe that as coaches, or for me anyway, as a coach, I can create a ripple effect. So I'll give you two examples with two of the people I'm working with just now. One of them is studying to become a dietitian, and she lives in a larger body, always has done. She was actually one of my personal training clients as well, and she's incredibly fit. She just lives in a larger body, and the way that society sees that is very negative. And she wants to change the dietitian world to be more weight inclusive and to be less fat phobic. And we were discussing this the other day actually, and she was saying, you know what, I didn't believe I could do it until I started working with you. And now I really see that I have this real purpose. I have this real thing that's bubbling in me, and I know I can make a difference in the world. And then one of my other clients as well, she is really, really, really passionate about LGBTQ plus rights. And she's in a job that she doesn't like just now. She's not doing any kind of like work apart from sharing some stuff on Instagram. Like, she's very lost. She feels this inside her, but she doesn't know where to go. And we're slowly working on, okay, what are you good at? What can you do? Whether that's as a job, whether that's as voluntary, whether that's as like something else. Like, where can you fit this into your life so you're then creating this effect on the wider world? And she's just started, like, she started off with just speaking to more of her friends, more of her family about this, which was something she was really scared to do. And she now has the confidence to do that. So for me, if I can help someone that's passionate about something, regardless of what it is, for me, I'm really passionate about gender equality, but everyone's got their own thing. If I can work with someone that's really passionate about something that aligns with me as well, I'm creating that ripple effect throughout the world, throughout, even if it's just a small world in terms of like people in Scotland or people in the UK, it's creating that ripple effect. And the more people that are affected by my coaching, then the more people are affected by the people that were affected by my coaching, and so on. So me helping one person is actually maybe me helping 20 people, which I just think is incredible, which is why I really liked working with people who have that kind of mission.
I love that. I'm getting goosebumps, and it's remarkable how we met, because we're on such a similar path, and I can see so much coming for you,
Yeah.
particularly around the millennials, because that's where everything's now waking up for. That's fantastic. Yeah. Cool. So Kate, we're coming to the end now of our little chat, and I always ask people if they have a nugget, which is a giveaway to anyone who's watching this video. So what would you offer?
My nugget, my best advice is learn to be compassionate towards yourself. Without self-compassion, we cannot take risks. We cannot progress through our lives because we'll be so scared of failing. For so many years, I was not compassionate towards myself. I didn't allow myself to grow because I was so scared of the failure. And actually, as soon as I developed that self-compassion, yes, I failed, but I also succeeded to far greater heights than I ever had before. I think self-compassion is, without a doubt, the best thing that anyone can do. And there are so many resources online. I could list you about 10 just now, but just pick what works for you, whether that's mantras, whether that's yoga, whether that's just sitting with yourself. Just learn how to be kinder to yourself, because it will go so much more than you think it might.
That's brilliant. Thank you very much, Kate. Love that. And if somebody wants to find you, where could they find you?
Absolutely. So I'm on Instagram, and I'll also do my website as well. So my Instagram is at confidencecoach.co. My website is www.confidence-coach.co. And I'm also running free workshops just now, right up until the end of lockdown, basically just to help people feel more confident, create a life that they want for when lockdown's finishing. So they're running weekly right now, and all the information is on my Instagram and it's on my website as well.
Awesome. Fantastic. And the links are going to be in the comments on the Tube feed as well. And that's brilliant. So you can click straight through. Bless you, Kate. Thank you for joining today.
Thank you so much, Becky.